Welcome to Hip Hop Movie Club, the show that harmonizes the rhythm of hip hop with the magic of movies. I'm Darno Wright, and we just had a screening of the 1990 classic House Party with a special appearance by the brothers of Full Force, Bowlegged Lou, B. Fine, and Paul Anthony, who played the bullies in the film. They were gracious enough to do a Q&A with us, and they told some great stories about the making of the film. JB, going to kick it over to you for some of your reflections of the night.
Yeah, this was just a tremendous evening. It lived up to all the hype that we had talked about. It exceeded all the expectations. These three brothers, blood brothers, they were like so genuine, so friendly, so engaging. And I joked with them when they came on the stage. It was like, how can you be such bullies in the movie, but just such gentlemen in real life? And they were laughing. Pure entertainers. I'm glad that they got to. It was just an amazing experience. How often you get to watch a movie with some of the stars of the movie at the same time? And also, we got to give them their flowers for all of their contributions to the music industry. They were true pioneers in the R&B, hip hop, and freestyle genres of music. And they've done so much. And it was great to bring these guys out to the Lehigh Valley to share it with a nice sized audience. I loved it. Boogie, how about some of your reflections on this event?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I felt like such a fanboy. I mean, as a DJ, a lot of their music was in rotation when I was learning how to DJ. Mm-hmm. When I was literally learning, I was learning playing like head to toe, in my type of hype. Like those are the songs that I was playing as I learned how to DJ. And to share the room, to share the stage, just be in the presence of the men who created those songs. And not only just those songs, but their contributions to music in general, writing, producing, playing background, being in the band, singing backup for a lot of these artists that cross genres. It was just an amazing experience. And also, I'm such a fan of House Party. Like, I don't know how many times I've watched House Party. I know the words to the movie. Like, I was in the front as the movie was going, and I was just like mopping along with them as they were singing, as they were talking. So, I mean, I've watched the movie countless times, and my mom was there. Got her to experience it. What we do, and to watch her face light up as well was it was a worthwhile and meaningful experience for me. But yeah, those guys were great. I mean, just humble, down to earth, and the insight that they provided was priceless. To the anecdotes and stories about their upbringing and what got them to the point where they became successful was just, it was just, you can't put it into words, and I'm just glad that we were able to give that to the public and be a part of it.
Well said. And I'm going to give a special shout out to our man, DJ Arm18. He kicked it off with a throwback DJ set from that era. I felt like I was back in my middle school days because it's stuff from 1990. He's throwing out Kwame, Digital Underground, like Chub Rock. I'm like, yes, this is my music. I listen to this stuff regularly. Shout out to him. Shout out to Arts Quest and our man, Anthony. We have a great partnership with him. Cap C was in the house, who's one of the legendary DJs out in this area. He's worked with some big time folks in the past as well. It was a team effort on everybody's part, and it all came together beautifully.
It was great.
I'm glad Cap was able to make it out.
Yeah,
that's our man. I think ran like from the door. And he wanted. I know he wanted to be there. And I'm glad he was able to be there and experience it as well. Arm is always, Arm is our brother. We connected. Like he just does what he does, and I'm glad that he was able to share his gift with the crowd as well. It's good as a DJ. It's good to be able to appreciate other DJs. And I feel like I'm standing there like, I could. Why did he put that on? Like, that mix was work on that, tighten that up, but it's good to not have to do that when you got him spinning. It's like, all right, he got it.
Oh, he knows what he's doing.
And he still plays vinyl. And my daughter, who's 15, made his comment to my wife, I can't believe he's playing the vinyl records. Every other DJ she's seen at her age it's all through the phone or through a laptop, and it's just a click of a button. He's keeping it genuine, old school, and she appreciated that.
Yep. The man is good. The man knows what he's doing.
It's a dope event. This is for the price of a regular movie ticket to get that interactive experience, right? You get the throwback DJ set. You get to see the introduction of these guys full force, the brothers that were in the movie. Watch the film on the big screen, which it's not back in the big screen very frequently. And to have a Q&A, an interactive Q&A. We asked them a few questions. They gave terrific insight. And then we had the audience ask several questions. We even did a couple trivia questions and some giveaways. So I think a great time was had by all.
Absolutely. Way to kick off the series.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes, we should point out this is the kickoff of the Hip Hop Movie Club film series for the rest of the year. So our next screening is September 19th, Thursday. We'll be screening 8 Mile starring Eminem. So come out to that. Tickets at SteelStacks.org. And yeah.
Right on.
Boys in the Hood in November. All right, guys. Shall we move on to the two? Okay. Quick content warning, language warning. There's some swear words here and there coming up in the Q&A, so just be forewarned and adjust accordingly. And now on with the show.
Check. What's up, everybody? Yeah. How'd y'all enjoy the movie? Classic.
How many people saw a house party for the first time right now? Raise your hand. All right.
Nice. Got some newbies. Nice.
Classic. When we invite the brothers from Full Force to the stage right now.
Once again.
Thanks. All right. Testing. I don't know how these guys can be such bullies in the movie, but such gentlemen in real life. You guys did a great job.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. So we'll kick it off with some Q&A. I don't even have that many questions because I know you have stories to tell, and I want to make sure that you tell these stories. So, Bowlegged Lou, I want you to kick us off with telling about some of the behind the scenes and or like how you guys changed the script that was given to you guys a little bit.
So, in the beginning, can y'all believe that was 34 years ago? And we still look like teenagers. You know, so funny. There's a running meme on social media. It's been happening for like 20 years. That they would always show a picture of us, and they would always say, "House Party tried to make us believe that these guys were 17-year-olds in high school." Still to this day. It's crazy. How old were we back then? We was like 17, 18, 19.
Yeah.
Anyway. So the whole thing with House Party began. Paul, maybe you should tell it from how the whole thing started with the script and everything.
Oh yeah.
How we were described in the film.
Oh yeah. So I think, well, to go to the very beginning, the script said the bullies were Jerry curl, muscle-bound guys like Full Force. That was in the script. So
Because back in the day, Full Force as a group,
Right.
we used to wear Jerry curls.
Everybody
Crazy.
wore
Everybody,
damn Jerry curls.
But we stood out a lot.
yeah, right. Our persona just brought it out. And then producer that worked with us, Robert Ford Jr., he knew Reggie Hutland, and he told Reggie So he said, well, Reggie, why get actors? Why don't you just get full force? He said, well, I don't know. They said, no, those are my guys. I can get them for you. So Robert called me. He said, Paul, you're going to get a call from a guy. He's he's a very creative dude, and just listen to what he has to say. And we're always open-minded because you never know where success is going to show itself. And he called me. He sounded a little kind of nervous, and he said, hey, man, my name is Reggie Hudlin, and I got this good house party, and, I said, Reggie, just send it over. Let's check it out. That definitely impacted our lives because he sent me the script, and I read maybe half of it, but I knew it was hot right from there because we came on in the script very early, and I sent it over to Lou because when we were younger, Lou would always do little scripts, little plays when we were like 10, 11, younger for the family. So I sent it to Lou, let him do because that's his area, And then Lou, take it from there.
So what happened is that we flew down to L.A. because we did this in Los Angeles, and we had a table read. All right, it was our first time meeting Martin Lawrence, and we always knew Kid and Play, because we were all hip hop bound, and we're doing the table read of the script. So as we're doing the table read is when you're reading the script and the characters, everybody that's in the movie is around the table reading the script. And we read the script and we're reading our parts and we're saying our characters, everything like that. Not like what you saw in the movie, just different, regular.
Yeah, in other words, the lines were pretty straight, like we're going to beat you up. These are just straight lines,
Yeah, so then we went back to the hotel apartments. I forgot the place we were staying at. The Oakwood Apartments. And I just told my brothers, I says, yo, man, the parts that we have, we're like regular. It's like we're like bullies with no personality. That's what I told them. I said, let's switch this shit up some. I said, let's switch it up. And if the Hudlin brothers, we're going to show the Hudlin brothers. Reggie Hudlin is the director. Warrington Hudlin is the producer. I said, if they don't like what we come with, then we just go back to the corny script. Okay? If they do like it, then we're in. So I told my brother B, his character was named Pee-wee. Okay? I was supposed to be Zilla. Paul was always Stab. Paul was always the enforcer. And I told B, I said, yo, B, let's switch parts because I'm smaller than both you and Paul. And I'm going to talk like this throughout the whole movie. And I think at first...
That was a pain in the ass after a while. Oh, man.
Does he still talk like that sometimes? It comes out when he drinks, maybe?
But on the set, now we're eating lunch. Like, yo, Lou, you going to eat that? Yeah, I'm going to eat it, God.
Never out of character throughout the whole...
Yeah, so I think at first you're like, why you got to talk like that for? Something like that, right? No?
I think that was genius because you used Joe Pesci as an
Right. Who inspired me with that was two characters, actually. Joe Pesci, when he was in Lethal Weapon 2, he had a hook. Because I wanted to do a hook, like, kick, instead of kick your fucking ass, it was like, kick your fucking ass. I wanted that to be my hook because Joe Pesci had a hook. Okay. And then also the character of Curly from the Three Stooges. Because I looked at us in the movie as the three bullies, like comedic Three Stooges kind of, And so we made up Kick Your Fucking Ass, which is something I just brought up. And then this is something I created when we used to be in the studio producing acts. Like imagine the females coming, like we produced like people like Patti LaBelle and Samantha Fox and a lot of great singers. And when the females would walk through the hall coming into the studio, they can't hear us or anything. I would be the one saying, hey guys, here comes Patty. I smell pussy. And just when I say pussy, she steps in. Hi, everybody.
She don't know what's happening.
She doesn't know what's happening. She doesn't hear anything. So I used to do that a lot.
To Patti LaBelle, y'all, really.
Yeah. But she never knew.
Patty and her pies.
I just have a lot of females. So I said, let's incorporate that in the script. So the plan was, I said, because we was ahead of everybody. I mean, people were seeing. So anyway, we changed a scene. I said, listen, Reggie, Warrington, we want y'all to come by the trailer and just see what we got, instead of what's there in the script. And I got to give it to them, both of them. They were really so open. So, all right. They came to the trailer, and me and my brothers, we did our thing, for one of the scenes. Kick your fucking ass, I smell pussy, bouncing off each other. Because like Paul said, when we were little kids, I used to write plays. Little plays, not real good plays, just plays and shit that we would do and perform for our parents, our mother and father, and guests that come in the house. And when guests would come, all right, Paul and B, and I got to give it to my brothers. They tolerated me. They really did. They tolerated that shit. And they was, oh, here we go. And we would do the little plays. But that's why when you see our characters and the personalities and our chemistry was so crazy. Yeah. So anyway, we did it in the trailer. And the Hudlin brothers is looking at us. And then not even the director, but Warrington Hudlin, as soon as he sees it, he goes, wow, keep it. And he walked off, and Reggie said, you heard my brother, keep it. So when they said, keep it, I'm like, holy shit. I says, holy shit, guys. I said, we went back in that script, and we changed every scene in the script. So everything and we didn't know at the time.
Yeah, literally.
We got some writing credit.
Should have,
But everything you see on there, me and my brothers created everything.
But
our part.
The thing that's interesting is that, which comes from when we were kids, because not only were we doing these plays for, our parents and family and relatives, and he would like spearhead it. It was crazy. And somebody would always get hit with a pie that he used my father's shaving cream, and we were doing that all the way into teenagers when the camcorders came out. We create the whole movie called Joe Trouble. He was really like a Spike Lee type as a kid. So we would do all these things. So when it came time to do a house party for us, improv was easy. Like the whole thing where I'm punching kid in the face, and he holds my hand and goes, wait, go ahead. We didn't plan that. He did it right there. He did that right there, but that happened all the time. The burning house. Yeah, what are you talking about? I don't know, come on. All those things, we would just kind of spur the moment, improv. And it was so funny because when we first did it, it took the cast by storm because that whole lunchroom scene was one of the first scenes we shot. And then when it happened, as soon as they said, all right, cut, the whole crew, everybody was just dying laughing. And it changed the entire complexion of the movie. Everybody started to change certain lines. Right. But the most interesting was looking at the script and seeing where it said Pop, which was Robin Harris, Kid's father. May rest in peace. And there was no lines. Because I was always into like the behind the scenes of like finding out like what's going on and asking questions. And I was like, yo, Reg, how come he has no lines? I mean, there's like no lines there in the script. It just says Pop and no lines. And he says, oh, Robin Harris, you'll see. All of his stuff came off the top. All of his lines. There was no lines. Like, follow the drip, everything. First off a cop's ass, all of that is like his routine, his skit. He's so used to handling audiences and hecklers. It was effortless for him. It was effortless. It was a great thing though.
And you know something, in the beginning, Reggie did this as like a thesis in his college. I think from the very beginning, for the whole house party thing. In the beginning, they were offering it for Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff to be the kid and play part. And for whatever reason, I think this was the time when they boycotted the Grammys and they didn't go to whatever it was.
Nightmare on My Street, right?
Oh, it was a beef, and that's why they sued them. Because they did. Right. They had New Line Cinema, who did this movie House Party, the production company. They had Nightmare on Elm Street, and DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince actually did a record called Nightmare on My Street, right? And that's what so forget them. Kid and Play enters, and then you have them, the stars of House Party. Now, before that, I don't even know if y'all know that. Right. Reggie was really good friends with Groove Be Chill. Groove Be Chill is a hip-hop group, but in there, the DJ that was sleeping in the beginning, he's the DJ, Bilal. Well, that's Martin Lawrence's character. And then you had the drunk, which was Groove, the drunk guy, and then Dow Chill Mitchell, who kept bumping into the table. They were the ones that were supposed to be the stars of House Party because Reggie was close with them and he produced their videos, but New Line Cinema didn't want that. So even though they didn't get to be the stars of it, Reggie still inserted them in nice, great parts in the movie. And I got to tell you, man, the cast was just incredible. Martin Lawrence used to sing all of our songs during the filming of it. You know what I mean? Come on, man, sing the songs. We got along so great with, like, everybody, the chemistry.
So even their dancing, they were making stuff up on the spot, but that's what made it the way it was. Because I remember when Kid was writing those rhymes for that whole party scene, and he read me Play's rhymes. I was like, yo, Play's rhymes kind of tight, So he's going to beat you? And I'll never forget, he said, oh, hell no, B. I'm going to smoke that ass like it ain't no thing. I'm going to make sure. So, and then he read me his rhymes, So the camaraderie during that whole movie was amazing because it was long hours. It was day in, day out. They shot most of that movie with one camera and changed the angles. I'll never forget that. They'll change the angles. And then the budget for that movie was $2 million.
Three.
No, you always said that. I keep telling you.
I think it was 2 point something.
It was 2.3 or 2.1. And he says that and he's wrong every time. But the deal is, it wasn't even three. Every time I say he goes $3 million, I go, no, it wasn't. It wasn't even $3 million. No. And they stretched it, and we was driving the studio crazy because, like after the first week of filming, they wanted us to cut back on cursing, and they wanted to make it PG-13. We went crazy. We went, oh, hell no. We said, hell no, you will water down this movie. And see, we were looking for the authenticity of the movie to hold it with the curses, but we didn't realize how powerful it was to have the cursing in it because it made it real. Even the derogatory terms, the way we would say it, it made the movie real, like, because we all cursed more when we was teenagers, and they actually folded and allowed us to do it the way, we thought it should be done. And it worked out perfectly because parents would always tell us stuff like, we didn't care about the cursing. We said, I curse in the house. I just love the fact that you guys had it be a movie about friendship, friends showing up for each other when they're in trouble, safe sex. And the parents was really looking at that. I like the fact that it didn't happen where he was irresponsible and that was the most important thing. And it's funny, that movie stood the test of time. It's become this major, major cult movie up to this day. There's kids that weren't even born that know that movie inside and out. They know the whole dance scene. And it's a historical movie. We're just lucky and blessed that we was part of it, though.
And the dance scene, the battle dance scene, actually was an idea of A.J. Johnson, who the one that played Shireen. It was kind of her idea to do the battle scene with both Kid and Play. And Reggie Hudlin, the director, was so open, it just let it happen. But it was their idea basically. And we'll always have to give a shout out to Robin Harris, who played Pop. I remember the week before he passed, man, he was supposed to play a celebrity basketball game with us. Yeah. But he's in heaven, and he was just a great, great guy to work with. And also John Witherspoon, the guy at the window, Public Enemy. We got to give both of them their props, May they rest in peace. And I just got to say, y'all might not know this, but the actor that kept bumping the table, his real name is Dow Chill Mitchell, and he's in a wheelchair because he can't walk. And that's been like that for some years now. But even after House Party, this guy is still getting TV roles. The John Larroquette Show, the other one, the Veronica's Closet. Then there's another one, Ed, I think. Yeah, and CGIFS. He's still been working, even though he's confined to a damn wheelchair. And his spirit is incredible. And he could take a joke. I say, come on, Darryl, let's roll you down. And he would laugh and everything like that. like I said, the casting is crazy from Martin to everybody, and we all still keep in contact. This is a great thing.
Yeah, I just want to point out an Easter egg in the movie. Like Reginald and Warrington Hudlin, the brothers, they actually have a cameo. If I don't know if you noticed, but they played like the burglars, and then they hop on that bus.
On the bus.
They hop on the bus. That's the Hudlin brothers.
Yes, indeed.
Right there. That's them. Yes. Are there any other like hidden gems that you want to pull out? And then after that, I can take some audience questions as well. Any other things that you're like, did you notice this or did you pick up on that?
Well, a couple of things that I remember, and once again, for Reggie to give us free reign is a testament to his creative genius, because he could have easily did it with an iron hand, but he let everybody flow freely, and just selecting the right synergy, the right energy to connect with everyone. That also is a testament to his creative genius. I remember many times, no, not many times, once or twice, Martin would be on a set kind of, just kind of sullen a little bit, because he had so much creativity, as you saw in House Party 2. He had so much he wanted to do, but it was kind of Robin's moment. And I remember hugging him like a little brother around his neck and say, yo, Martin, your time is coming, man. Right now, this is Robin's time, but your time is coming. Anybody can see you got it like that, you know what I mean? So there's little moments like that that'll always stick out in my head, because then afterwards, we'd all go down to the Comedy Store, because we shot in L.A., and the Comedy Store was a famous where you did all your stand-up routines, and we'd all support one another and go down and watch Martin do his routine together, all of us as a group, So once again, picking the right synergy, right people to connect with, that was very, very key,
Martin, it was like evident that Martin was coming. Martin was coming. He just had a way, especially when we went into doing House Party 2. Martin just had a way with him that you knew that he was coming. He was next. Because when I went to see him stand up, we all went, like Paul said, we all went to support him. You saw him growing. You saw him really, really growing, and he just took off after House Party. Did Def Comedy Jam, and he did Boomerang, and he just really took off. But the thing that was great about Martin is that he was still Martin, because even when he had his show and it was like the hottest show on TV, he would have the Full Force poster of whatever our latest album was. Yeah, he would take it and he would post it at the radio station on the Martin show, and he was always, and he would always do things like that. And I remember one time when I was coming into town for some meeting and stuff like that. This was shortly after House Party. This was the beginning of that show's success. And I called him. I said, oh, shit, your number's still the same. He goes, yeah, why wouldn't it be? I said, because you popping now. I didn't think you was still. And I remember I said to him, I said, yo, I got a friend that has this radio, and I really want it. So I'm telling him to drop it off to you. He said, B, you really having some motherfucker drop a radio to me, man? I said, oh, yeah, I am. And I want to come to the show. I want to come to the set. He said, all right, what am I telling him? Who am I telling him's coming? I said, tell him, what? You know me. He said, no, your real name, B. Brian, what's your name? Brian. I said, Martin. You don't know my. He said, no, nigga, I just know you as B,
Oh, yeah. And one other last moment, I got to give it up to the great George Clinton, the creator of Parliament Funkadelic. When I think of all the great hits that he's had, One Nation Under Groove and Flashlight, for me, his greatest hit was when he smashed you up my damn head with that record. 2 days in the bucket, fuck it.
You
I'll
know
never
something?
forget.
You know what's interesting about George Clinton being in that, which is unfortunate, not that he's in it, but Reggie Hudlin put George Clinton in that movie because he had this big budget movie, which was big at that time. It was going to be like a $23 million movie. And it breaks my heart that it never happened, that he was going to do with Paramount, call it P-Funk. And it was this whole thing of in the galaxy with, if you're familiar with George Clinton's music, Funkadelic and the Mothership, and it was going to be this whole thing, and we was going to be in it. And it just never happened. I thought that was going to be amazing. I remember the Wayne brothers coming up to us and telling us, saying, yo, I heard about that movie you guys are going to do with the Hudlin brothers, but that never happened. But that was the main reason that he had him do that cameo. Yeah.
And also with Martin Lawrence, he never forgot us because when the Martin show took off, he made sure Paul was casted in one of the series. I don't know if y'all saw that. It's called The Players Ball. And Paul played, like, in real life character, Paul played a pimp. And it was called Players Ball. I mean, you had legends in there. You had Pam Grier. Who else was in that episode, Paul?
Pam Grier, Rudy Ray Moore, Charles Huggins, Outkast was there. Man, I mean, I remember him telling me, Paul, it's crazy. And I remember when I got there, it was crazy because on the set of House Party, I think Martin actually drove a Honda Accord. Okay? Fast forward to on the set of Martin, I'm on the line where everybody's going to, get what they're supposed to get and nobody's going to get paid. And as soon as I get there, the phone rings and the guy's talking to, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir, Mr. Lawrence. And he said, yeah, he says he's supposed to get quadruple scale. I said, okay, that's my man. and every time, like, the set was, like, way over there, and when you drove onto the lot, everybody had to park the car over there and walk over there. So every time Martin would come, he would pick me up, so I would ride with him. He'd ride by. Paul, again, from a Honda Accord, one day he picked me up in a Lamborghini. The next day he picked me up, it was in a Ferrari, And I said, damn, things have changed, man. So I said, Martin, so what do you want me to say in this room? He said, oh, Paul, I want you to say whatever damn you want to say, man. So once again, I just made up my line in it, man. So it was amazing.
And I got a little jealous. I said, yo, man.
A little?
I said, well, you got Paul in a damn episode? So the crazy thing was, he worked it out where I was going to be in an episode also. But I don't know what happened where I wasn't able to make it. And if you even watch, it's an episode with the little woman from Poltergeist, where he goes, he said, hey, man, I'm going to just be, this girl just slow danced with Bowlegged Lou, and then she just walked out. And she goes, who is Bowlegged Lou? So he's giving me props, even though I wasn't even in the shit, So it was really, really great, man.
Lou got jealous if he wasn't in all the time. When me and Paul did Crush Groove.
That was our first movie, Crush Groove.
Right. We was in Crush Groove, and Lou's like, man, why do y'all get the part to be in there? I'm the one that took drama in college.
But my brothers, I was still so proud of them. They played in Crush Groove. It was a story about Russell Simmons. They had the Fat Boys in it. Blair Underwood's first movie, and we're still good friends to this day. And the thing about it is they was in 2 scenes only, but because of the Jerry curls and the ripped T-shirts and the physical physics, they had memorable roles. You know what I mean? So I was still proud of them. But I was so happy when House Party came through, and then we were all in it together. It was really, really, really great.
We actually did a screening of Crush Groove here in this theater as part of hip hop, and we saw that. You guys kind of got typecast as the hip hop bullies, I guess. Yeah. Right?
Oh yeah. Oh, listen. Quick of that. In the script, we were called. What were we called in the script, guys?
No,
the script. Yeah, we were goons. We read the
Goons.
script. We saw goons. Now we ain't like that too much. Right.
He was so upset. I remember he got so upset. He said, I swear, if I see the credits and at the end it says Goon 1, Goon 2, I'm going to bomb the fucking place. Yeah, he went crazy.
Right. But no, before it got to that, we boycotted the damn movie. We ain't show for 2-3 days. We didn't show up on the set for 2-3 days. We didn't like that. Now, we all started together, because the movie is loosely about Russell Simmons. Right. But we all came up together. That's why our first success that we wrote was not Roxanne. It was Basketball by Curtis Blow. We co-wrote that because us, Curtis Blow, Run DMC, we all started together. And Beastie Boys, everybody. So when I saw that, I said no. So we actually didn't come on the set for 3 days. And then they begged us to come back, Michael Schultz. And then we got on the set. And I remember something to the effect of Blair Underwood. He said to me something of, yo, Paul, man, look, I know you're kind of upset, man. It was a young Blair Underwood. He played Russell. He said, yo, Paul, I know you're upset, man, and everything like that, man. But this is really an important scene, this elevated scene, man. So, hope you can really get into it. And I said, Blair, listen, man, I'm still not good in the mood right here. So don't worry, have no fear. I'm gonna fuck you up. And I shouldn't have came hard like that because he was always cool.
Yeah,
but
he really wanted that scene to be
Yeah,
authentic.
so
Don't worry
we
about me,
got
don't worry
into
about
it.
me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I remember that was when we came straight off the road, straight to the. We was tired, irritated, and I remember both said, "Don't worry, we're gonna fuck you just up. We're gonna fuck you just up." And we did. I remember we had to lift him up in the elevator, and we let him go. And there's a rail in the elevator sometimes, and he had his back on it. He really got messed up for it.
But I mean, Lou got it even because Lou was in Who's the Man also. That was another film that we did, But House Party is a classic of classics. It opened the door for literally millions of urban, modest budgeted films around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, in House Party 2, the Pajama Jammy Jam, it was all right, but, man, we weren't happy, really. They had the sound effects going, and the Hudlin brothers didn't direct House Party 2. Yeah. But we was always happy with the first one, and so much so, like, when we did change our lines and everything, the cast was like, what the fuck? These guys are saying shit that's not even in the script. And I remember Kid and Play coming up to us, say, hey, can you guys ask Reggie if we could do a part in there? Like when you guys say, you smell pussy, is it okay we could say, yeah, we will smell pussy to a bunch of dicks? They're asking us our permission. And I'm like, we'll talk to Reggie about it and see what happens. And we talked to Reggie and Mark says, hey, that's funny. Do y'all like it? Yeah, Reggie, we like it. But it was a great camaraderie.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I'd like to open up to some audience questions. I want to make it interactive. So if you have a question, raise your hand, and I will come and run the mic out to you. Anybody have any questions for Full Force? First one I saw was up here. Let me run it up.
And Martin Lawrence did have a crush on Tisha during House Party. And that's why she got the role of Gina.
We got a question up here.
Hi guys. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it. So you guys didn't have any scenes with Robin Harris or John Witherspoon, aka Pops and Pops. Have you had any interactions with them though, offset,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We had a lot of interactions with them off camera. Robin had jokes for days. He had jokes, real life jokes, Jerry curls and that stuff for us in real life. So Robin was always snapping on everybody, and he'll snap on you, and he won't even laugh behind it. He'll have that regular face after he snaps, So yeah, he had jokes. And John Witherspoon, I remember like during lunch, and he was going over his lines. He would talk a mile a minute, fast. He would talk really, really fast and really, really, really lovable. He was a really, really, really nice guy. Yeah. So we interacted. That whole cast was like this family because everybody was right at the point of coming up. Everybody was new. Robin Harris was new in film. Martin was just popular, just kind of popular from School Days. Tisha from School Days. AJ was new. So the camaraderie, man, everybody was really, really rooting for each other.
I think us and Kid and Play had the most.
Right,
work
that's why we had
accomplished at the
second
time,
billing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we interacted with Robin Harris a lot. He was just the way you see him in the movie.
Naturally, all the time.
He was
You
that
can
way.
you can go on YouTube right now, and there's a song we wrote called "Friends Before Lovers," and in that, Robin Harris is doing a skit with us. He's opening it up. Also, I think he did Love Jones. Also, was he in that too?
Yeah.
With one of ours, Dr. Ice. So there's always interaction with Robin.
You remember?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have another
always kept in contact with everybody still.
Yeah.
another question. Anybody else want to ask a question? I saw another hand down here. Oh, you want one? Go ahead, Corey. Then we'll get you next. Down.
How you doing?
Okay.
So I know we talked about sequels. There's been sequels to House Party. There's a reboot that happened a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a big resurgence now, right? And these movies from 30 years ago coming back big, continuing storylines like Ghostbusters, Beetlejuice is coming out now. If the guys came back, you said you're keeping in touch with all of them.
Yeah.
Would you do that? Kid and Play. They have their kids in high school now. They want to have a party.
Well, it's funny you said that because, that's in the building stages right now. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 It'll be the house party reunion. Jerry Tall style. No, but it's going to be like everybody has kids now that's 20, 22 years old, 18, and it's going to be really, really interesting. You know, our goal is to do it independently and then give it to a studio so we have all the creative control. Yeah, but you're right on it, though. You're right on it.
Thank you. This was awesome. Gave us so much perspective into a movie that was, what I thought from a kid was just a comedy. And holy shit, so much more. And I've come full circle. Now I identify with the dad out there trying to grab his kid. Intelligent written for youth, intelligently written for adults. And this is like you said, it opened the door for so much more. It's almost like you guys were ambassadors for something that hadn't been done. You guys are like a first through the wall. Yeah. First through the wall always gets a little bloody. And, God, did you ever think it would be what it is now? Can you talk about the journey of probably New Line Cinema just thinking, I'm going to release a comedy and get on to the next, but it spurred something big, and you guys were part of that. What is the perspective of 34 years of this bring to it? What is that journey now, looking back on this, American Pie, all these other, coming-of-age, teenage, angsty... It comes back to House Party.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Wait, let me answer the question. I got Warrington. We're at the House Party scenario. I want y'all to know that these guys got in touch with Warrington Hudden, who's the producer of House Party. They got in touch with him first, then he reached out to us. And Warrington, they would like to, what was this question? You would like to know the journey of the 34 years?
You guys spurred something that, every other movie after that kind of took something from that.
Yeah.
Right.
And we don't always know it. It brought something into our culture, too, that didn't exist, and it changed my life, hip-hop, this kind of movie. You guys are those ambassadors, had the original ideas.
Mm-hmm. Warrington.
Yes, sir. What's the question?
Did you know it would have this type of impact?
Did you know House Party was going to have this impact like it does now when you did it?
No clue. The only clue was the crew. Everybody worked on this film, from the cameraman, and they just loved it. Every moment, every scene, they were looking forward to it. So I said, well, damn, if the people making it, people have technical responsibility that they're loving it, I guess the audience will as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had our first screening, and the audience just they lost their mind from the very first scene. So I said, okay, maybe it's a hit.
Yeah.
So you guys knew you had that special on the set; it just hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't know that it's going to be what it was.
Yeah.
You felt like you had something special, and the thing that we wanted.
All right, we're gonna say goodbye to Warrington now. Give it up for Warrington.
Bye, Warrington.
We love you, Warrington.
Full force is the truth.
Thank you so much, Warrington. Love you, bro.
Yes, peace, brother.
All right.
Thank you. All right. We got to wind down. We have time for one more question, then we'll do a couple of quick giveaways. One more question, Cap C. Maybe two. I got to get Cap also, real quick. Quick one.
House Party's awesome, but the contribution of music, that full force, there's so much more than House Party that you guys are a part of. Do what?
I said there goes my question. Go ahead. No, the whole. It's all right. No, it's all good.
No, to be honest with you, with all the people that are here, I think it would be just right to give you your flowers, because you guys, and let people know here, because you said in the beginning, before we started the movie, you said people always say, oh, you're the bullies of the movie. But the thing is, in the reality, you do have a lot of stake. You are the architects of a lot of the music that I grew up on. So I think it'd be best if you guys let these people know here, and especially this new generation, what you are, basically what you produced and all, and who are the artists that you worked with, throughout the years. So yeah, it'd be great to know who you worked with, and a lot of because you put, give them a round of applause, give them their flowers because of that. They do deserve it. Full Force is definitely like I said, you guys are architects of the music that I grew up on, and like a lot of us here grew up on. So it'd
Thank
be
you
great
so
if you
much.
let these people know who you worked with.
Well, some of the songs that we did, like Paul brought up the song by Curtis Blow, "We're playing basketball. We love that basketball." So we co-wrote that, and we played on it as well. My brother B Fine came up with the concept of a historic rap record called Roxanne Roxanne by UTFO. All Cried Out by Lisa and Coach Jam.
You know, it's funny, just quick with that song. Worked as a social worker before my musical ship came in. And I used to go jogging every Sunday with a friend of mine named Pam Smith. And one particular day I got to her house and she was crying on the stoop. And I said, Pam, what happened? What's wrong? We jogged every Sunday morning. And she said, Paul, I just found out Phil, he was fooling around behind my back, Paul. I said, oh, no, Pam. I'm like, oh, man, there's our day. I said, well, Pam, you want to give him another shot? And I was like this. She said, Paul, I don't know. I don't want to waste no more time, Paul. I swear, I'm just all cried out. And I was like, ding! I took a pen out of I wrote down in my palm, all cried out over you. And I said, okay, Pam, so great. What else happened? In my mind, like, I haven't finished the song. And that's why I started with All Alone on a Sunday Morning, because we jogged every Sunday, you know? And it was where she lived was a narrow street called Winthrop Street in Brooklyn. So even though she's talking to me, the trucks was going back and forth, and that's right. But the traffic was so noisy that you know. So yeah, you know. And I remember back then telling the executives that I guarantee you all of our songs, but this song here, I said Lisa's gonna be doing this song 40 years from now. I told them that, you know. So fortunately, we were credited with bringing freestyle dance music into the world. We created that, you know. With
Yeah, so All Cried Out was a ballad. B's concept also, I wonder if I take you home. Okay? And the thing with that, B had already wrote the song, and Kurt from Full Force, our cousin, he helped with the instrumental in the beginning, you know, with B, but B did the lyrics, and B's thing was with I Wonder If I Take You Home, he already wrote the song. We just needed somebody to sing it, and he said, we're going to have auditions, and I want a Spanish girl, a Latina girl to do it. That was B's thing, no matter what. And Lisa became like the first Latina to do hip-hop, dance, pop thing. And then Lost in Emotion, Head to Toe. Even Samantha Fox, I Want to Have Some Fun. And Naughty Girls Need Love Too. And Thanks for My Child by Cheryl Pepsi Riley, which was a #1 R&B hit. Yeah. We wrote that. I wrote that, but Full Force wrote that. Even if one or two people write it, it always say written and produced by Full Force, splitting everything 6 ways, which B's not a fan of. But we're brothers and cousins, and we wrote a big record, one of the Backstreet Boys' biggest records. But My Love Is All I Have to Give. We wrote and produced that as well.
And we'll always go down in history as being the only producers to write and produce an entire album on The Godfather of Soul, James Brown. Right. Yes, indeed. That's definitely a main thing in our lives, yeah. Yeah.
So give it
first worked with Rihanna. I worked with Bob Dylan. We worked with the late great Selena.
Yes, Selena, we've been
blessed. And you know, it's so funny. You talk about the longevity of House Party and those songs. Personally, my goal has always been to live forever. And how we live forever is what we leave on and what we leave and how we impact others, both physically, creatively, musically, and spiritually. So to know that we've seen thousands of kids get married and go down the line doing my type of hype, and they weren't even born when we created that. And how music recreates itself in another place and time. These are the things that you leave on. These are your other children that how you can live on forever, you know. So that's special to me, you know.
Thank you, Full Force.
Thank you.
I'm gonna do a quick giveaway, one or two, and then these guys were kind enough. If you want to do a shake their hand or do a quick photo op, we can possibly do that as well. Okay. I want to see who came the furthest for this event. I know one gentleman came from Brooklyn, New York. Has anybody come from further than Brooklyn today to come see the show? You came from Brooklyn also, but you're part of the crew.
Brooklyn's always in the house.
All right. My main man Ray, you get a prize. All right. Also, next I'll do a trivia question here as well to get yeah. Thanks for coming out, Ray. Raise your hand if you know this answer, and I'll call on someone. Who can tell me first and last names of Kid and Play? Both of them.
Not you.
Anybody?
All right, Trey. All right.
Troy, you're disqualified.
Is he associated with full source? I'll do another question. Let me do another question. You guys have one off the top of your head? I had. They guys, give me they kind of took some questions away with some of their conversation. All right. Well, easy one, I guess. What year did this original House Party movie come out? Up. No, up that. I was wrong. You got it. Right. We need the hand. You got it. All right, last question. Raise your hand, and then I'll point. It's whoever raises their hand first, then I'll point. And one last question. What again was Bowlegged Lou's character's name in the movie? I see, you got it up there. He had his hand up first. Thank you. All right, thanks, guys. That'll wrap our show. If you want to come shake hands with the Full Force guys, take a quick picture. We have time for that, Anthony? Cool. A little bit? All right, thank you.
It's all good.
Thanks, everybody, for coming out.